$3 for a massive coffee? You need to run here. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Ashleigh here. The lighting is good today from this angle, so we're just gonna chill on the floor and chat today about where to get the best Melbourne coffee. Yes, I am a coffee snob. Yes, I am super particular about my coffee, but also I really want to tell you where to get the best. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I recently hit 10K, which is insane to think about, so thank you so much. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down my favorite Melbourne coffee shops by where they're situated in reference to the CBD. So I'm gonna be doing the Melbourne CBD, North, South, and East. Those are primarily where I go to find the best coffee. There are definitely some other gems hidden around, so if there's any you guys think I should try, please let me know down in the comments. So let's start with South Melbourne. My favorite coffee shop in South Melbourne is Kettle Black. It is the same people that run Top Paddock in Richmond and Higher Ground in the CBD near Southern Cross. Out of the three, Kettle Black I've had the best coffee at. I was really impressed with their coffee, and I saw they also had really good food. I haven't had food there, I've only had food at Top Paddock and Higher Ground, but Kettle Black I've had the best coffee at. It's this like gorgeous interior, and something that's so funny and so Melbourne, the same thing with their Higher Ground location, is they've basically created this ecosystem where while you wait for a table, they have a takeaway coffee spot located just outside, so you get a takeaway while waiting for your table inside, or you can just go for a takeaway and then leave. But it is the most Melbourne and the funniest thing ever. But coffee is really great, and you should definitely check out this spot. I haven't really been able to find any other cafes in South Melbourne or south of the Melbourne CBD that I've been blown away by. So if there are any you recommend, please let me know. And as always, I do give detailed coffee reviews over on my Instagram at Coffee Nut. So if you're looking for like ratings out of 10, flavor profiles, how I rate the microfoam, extraction, things like that, definitely head over there. Next, north of Melbourne, there are so many gems in the inner suburbs, specifically north of the Melbourne CBD, and I've been loving exploring them. I will have a few vlogs going up here and also in the description if you would like to check out those and see my reaction in real time. My favorite north of the Melbourne CBD is by far Disciple. I recently discovered this spot, and it is, again, so Melbourne. It is so cool. They roast their own, and they split it up with a white coffee and a black coffee shop where you can get either just milky coffee or just black coffee. And it is just so niche. It's on a random like side street in Collingwood, and it is delicious. It is so delicious that I think it was literally my partner and I just got two oat flat whites, like one after the other, and we were like, we have to get a black coffee. The vibes were incredible. Please check it out. Next is Path. This one is not far from the Queen Victoria Market, and my American ass loves the fact that they have a pumpkin spiced oat milk cold foam cold brew. There is nothing that makes me happier than when cafes have seasonal beverages, except I don't believe this one's seasonal, because I swear every time I've gone they've had it, which also makes me so happy because it is delicious. But just the way the foam is, it's not super sweet, it's not artificial, they make it in-house, and the way they pair it with their coffee that they roast their own. It's a really small spot, but they do have some tables, but it is delicious. And also have gotten pour-overs and normal oat flat whites there too, and have absolutely loved it. Auntie Peg's, again, so quintessential Melbourne. So Auntie Peg's is run by Proud Mary Coffee, which is a massive roaster here in Australia, and they also roast in the US too, which is funny because I was like, at first I couldn't pick up, I was like, do they roast in America or Australia? But it's both. But Auntie Peg's is run by Proud Mary, and it is their slow coffee bar. So they don't do takeaways. It's just basically an extension of their roastery and tasting rooms and things. Also, what I love is they are open on the weekends, which it's hit or miss depending on which cafes are open on the weekends and which aren't. But Auntie Peg's is so, so good. They have just so many unique coffee beverages. It's definitely the place to go if you want something Super unique. Don't really care if you're paying a higher price point for quality, but it is such a great spot. Ona, I love Ona. I went to the Ona cupping room when I was in Canberra. I'll have that vlog linked up here. And I mean, I've gone to Ona in a bunch of different cities. Love Ona. Their raspberry candy is by far my favorite, but stick around because I've actually found a cafe based here in Melbourne that rivals the raspberry candy of Ona, which I'm mind blown about. But anyway, Ona is a great spot. Their location in Melbourne is in Brunswick, but they do have a lot of wholesale accounts, so you might see their beans elsewhere. I don't know about a lot of wholesale accounts, but they do some. But Ona's always a great spot. It's definitely like one of the top, I would say it's definitely within the top 5 like well-known Australian roasters, at least in the Australia coffee scene. East of Melbourne, oh my goodness, so many gems east of Melbourne. Mile End. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I will rant about this till the day I die. Mile End is a bagel spot, but anyway, we're not gonna talk about the bagels here because I'm just really picky about bagels. But their oat iced lattes, and they're cold brew, but their iced lattes are incredible. It is such a hidden gem, and if you go before 9 a.m., they do it in, I believe, their Richmond and their Hawthorne locations, before 9 a.m., any size coffee, regardless of what milk, regardless of anything, is $3. What a steal. $3 for a massive coffee. You need to run here. It is so good. Like, I am their biggest fan for their iced oat lattes before 9 a.m. is $3. I think normally it's 7 or 8 because it's pretty big. It's pretty big. So worth it. So good. Veneziano. Ooh, what a staple. They do great food as well as great coffee. They roast their own. Another bigger one in the Melbourne coffee scene. In Richmond, it is located in Richmond. It is their big roastery space with the gorgeous high ceilings, a lot of greenery. I love the ambiance here. I'll go and get work done here. I will gladly sit here and drink a $20 Panama pour over coffee like I did a couple weeks ago and like rave over it because it was so delicious. And I love when like any coffee is described a specific way and it actually turns out that way, like the notes and everything. There is absolutely nothing like it. Also a great brunch spot if you're looking for like a coffee and brunch spot. Actually, so far I would say, well, I could do a whole other video actually on where to get the best brunch and coffee, because when I go to get brunch, specifically, well, literally anywhere, but especially here in Melbourne, I want to make sure that I can also have good coffee and good food. So if you're interested in that video, please let me know. Also, if you like this style of video where I'm kind of going through lists of different things, I want to do more content like this, please let me know down in the comments what you would love to see, because I would love to make it. Next is the Melbourne CBD. There are actually so many spots that I could rave about, but I did cut this list down to 4. So first off, I'm gonna start with the one that I was saying is a good rival to Ona's raspberry candy. I guess to explain, for those not a coffee snob like myself, it is basically a special espresso blend where the notes taste like raspberry candy. So it's not actually flavored, it all comes from the coffee beans. And this spot in the Melbourne CBD, Project Zero, I've been a couple times, but I went this past weekend and it was my partner's first time going with me, and it was insane. Like, I think we both agreed it was the best coffee we've ever had in Melbourne was at this spot, which is shocking because I thought nothing could top Disciple, but this one was absolutely incredible. They came out with something, it was like strawberry cheesecake, but when you tasted the coffee, it actually tasted like strawberry cheesecake, and the microphone was perfect, the extraction was perfect. Like, it was incredible. It was incredible. And they're open on Saturdays too, which is good to know. Closed on Sundays, but open on Saturdays, and they're not far from Southern Cross, which again, super convenient. And then they're coming out with a Lamington one. They let us try it because the barista there was awesome. He could tell that like we were like so excited, and it was so good. They also do some really refreshing cold brews, and again, it's like no artificial added flavors or anything. No syrups, it is just from the flavor of the coffee beans. They have a couple tables, but it's mostly a takeaway spot. Next, Patricia's. I've only been here once because they're only open on weekdays. So it is hard to get to because for the most part, I work quite normal working hours, give or take, depending if I'm out in the field or not. But I've been to Patricia's once. I am gonna be honest, it was not my favorite, but everyone else raves about it and my partner raves about it, and I do want to give them another shot because the vibes were very Melbourne. It was like very much in an alleyway with almost no seating, very long line out the door, and you have people just like sitting on crates or sitting on the ground with their for here coffees. And the vibes, the atmosphere, I do want to give them another shot because I'm sure it was just off that day. But Patricia's is really famous here in Melbourne. Two Conversations, another Melbourne CBD cafe that's only open on weekdays, but I did get to go back recently a couple times and it is so, so good. It is located, you guessed it, down a Melbourne alleyway. Absolutely delicious. Just the perfect Melbourne alleyway cafe located super centrally in the Melbourne CBD. Again, mostly a takeaway spot, but they do have some seats like just outside, but very, very delicious. Duke's. Duke's is open, I'm pretty sure 7 days, and they're either open till 4 or 5 p.m., which in the CBD is, well, any cafes that are open till 4 are amazing and incredible because the amount of times that I want a coffee and it is 3:15, but every cafe is closed. Like, that's one thing I do miss about America is that coffee shops are open till mostly 4 or 5, depending on where you are. Duke's is really good. Another well-known coffee roaster. They do also do accounts, wholesale accounts, so you might see their beans out and about. But again, super centrally located in the CBD, and it is such a great staple. It's a very small, tight, darker space. Don't plan on grabbing seating. You can if you're lucky, but it's very much more like bar style, like along the walls and stuff. There really isn't much seating, and I think they have a table or two outside. And then an honorable mention, I wanted to include this spot somewhere, but then I was like, wait, they're a chain, so they're kind of all over the place, is for a chain cafe. I say chain very loosely because I feel like when you say, oh, it's a chain coffee shop, it kind of diminishes the quality, but this cafe definitely is not diminished in quality in the slightest, but they just have a lot of locations in varying areas of Melbourne and the Melbourne suburbs. But Code Black, if you ever see Code Black and you're in a pinch, or you just want good coffee, I highly recommend. There's a Code Black across the street from Southern Cross. So convenient. Their new location in the CBD, not far from Flinders, does delicious brunch with like homemade bread. It's like super unique flavors. I think they're planning on opening it for a bar scene at night. They do a lot of like things like espresso martinis, mocktails, like super unique, and the food is delicious. So again, I'll have to put together a list of the best places in Melbourne to get brunch that also have good coffee. But Code Black near Flinders is definitely my favorite location, but you can find them everywhere. There's also a really cute location near the Queen Victoria Market in North Melbourne. They're everywhere, but super good. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you added some of these Melbourne coffee shops to your list, whether you're traveling to Melbourne or you're from the area and just are looking for new places to try. Please let me know down in the comments where you think I should try next. I really appreciate it. This is so much fun because I feel like, I just have so much to say, especially about coffee, and yeah, this was a lot of fun. So make sure to give this video a like. Let me know also what's your go-to coffee order. Mine is a note flat white, till I die, a note flat white, or normally first thing in the mornings, I love a good black cold brew. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.